Hello everyone, welcome to Keep BB. I'm Jianfeng.
And I'm Hanya.
Ever wonder why we have AI that plays Go, but no robot that folds clothes?
Humanoid robots sound cool, but building them is really, really hard.
Right, so in this episode, we talk about why they are so hard, but also so interesting. Think about it. A robot that can carry 500 kilograms and find its way with GPS. Why didn't soldiers want to use it?
They didn't want to use it? What was so bad about it?
It starts with Boston Dynamics. They built a four-legged robot called BigDog. Then, in 2012, they made the LS3. It can carry 500 kilograms. That's 1,000 jin. It can also use GPS to do tasks by itself.
Sounds great. The Army needs something to carry stuff, right?
The U.S. Marine Corps commander, General James Amos, saw the demo in Virginia. He really liked the LS3.
The boss said it was good, so it should be fine, right?
But the boss and the soldiers see things differently. Later, they tested the LS3 on a jungle island. The soldiers liked that it did what it was told. It could walk on rough ground with heavy loads.
So that was good, right?
But there was a big problem. Too much noise. Boston Dynamics said the LS3 was 10 times quieter than BigDog, but soldiers still couldn't stand it. It was 70 decibels, like a vacuum cleaner.
A vacuum cleaner? That's a little loud, but not that bad, right?
On the battlefield, soldiers think it gives away their position.
Yeah, that can be deadly. So what happened? Could they still use it?
Soldiers didn't want it. It was hard to fix. No one knew how. Cars are easy to fix, but this robot, few can fix it.
So they just got stuck with it?
Boston Dynamics made smaller robots like Wildcat and Cheetah. They have 4 legs and can run up to 60 kilometers per hour.
That fast? Did it work then?
Wildcat used a motorcycle engine. It ran fast, but only for 5 minutes. So it was still just a lab product.
So it didn't solve the real problem.
After struggling, the military slowly lost interest in these robots.
What about the money they put in? Did they just give up?
Showing it didn't work is still a result. Around 2010, drones became more common. So the military thought, on roads, use cars. Off roads, use planes. There was no place for legged robots.
I get it. It's like working on horse carriages while cars are already on the road.
Right. Google bought Boston Dynamics and put Andy Rubin in charge. He was a Google executive. With him, the team got more support, but later he left.
How does it fold? Can the legs fold by themselves?
The reason is pretty dramatic. Andy Rubin had a relationship with a Google employee. Someone found out. Larry Page told him to leave, gave him $90 million, and let him go quick.
$90 million! That's very generous. So after Andy Rubin left, what happened to Boston Dynamics?
Without Andy Rubin, other leaders weren't so kind. To them, the robot project was expensive and unclear. It was important before, now it was just a vague thing.
So did Google still put money into it?
Google said, Boston Dynamics, don't just do research. You need to support yourself. They meant, you can't just take money without results. You must make a product.
That sounds familiar. When a department hears this, it's usually close to shutting down.
But Boston Dynamics had changed before. In 2014, the US military stopped funding LS3, the BigDog robot, because it was too loud. Later, Larry Page talked to Raybert. He said, make a smaller robot, about 60 pounds, 30 kilos. Raybert changed from gas and hydraulic to battery and electric motor. The new product was Spot, a smaller LS3.
So Spot was planned to sell to normal people?
That was the first idea. But after Andy Rubin left, Google asked them to sell quickly. Boston Dynamics found a use for Spot. Factory checks. That in Perpersons and Chamberlains.
So did Spot succeed?
They made it, but the cost was still high. Google wanted Boston Dynamics to be profitable, but selling wasn't easy. And you think that's the end? There's more interesting story. So back to Boston Dynamics. Because of Google, they had to make Spot, which only made videos before, into a product they could sell.
That's a big change. Spot was very capable, but the price was really high.
Right, so first they had to find a clear use. If it can do everything, it can do nothing. That's the hard truth.
So what use? It can't just deliver packages, right?
They chose factory inspections, places like power plants, chemical plants, and construction sites, places too dangerous for people.
That's a real need. No need to put people in danger.
Then they cut the price. The original Spot cost millions. Now it's hundreds of thousands. Still too expensive. They want it to be tens of thousands.
Millions to tens of thousands? How many features did they cut?
Right. Boston Dynamics made Spot smaller. The Spot Mini. It's like a medium-sized dog. Battery life is 90 minutes. But factories can charge it anytime.
What about navigation? It used to do more, right?
They made it simpler. It uses SLAM, like a robot vacuum, but it builds a 3D map, so it can go from the first floor to the second floor.
What if it falls? Does someone have to go into the dangerous area to help it?
It can stand up on its own. That's important. Otherwise, an old lady doing the job would be better.
Right. So how much does this Spot Mini cost?
Over $70,000 each.
Over $70,000. Still very expensive. Normal people can't afford it.
Boston Dynamics made it a platform. You can add a robotic arm, LiDAR, and thermal cameras. On June 23rd, 2016, they showed it going upstairs and using his arm to throw a soda can away. They also put 2 arms on the base. It looked like a centaur.
2 arms? That looks a bit scary, right?
The media went crazy. They said it was a monster. A Terminator-style robot. A dystopian hellhound. Some said it was the start of Skynet.
Haha, if you see this thing at night, it's scary.
That year, Boston Dynamics showed a new Atlas robot. Later, it did backflips. It was 1.5 meters tall and 80 kilograms. It used electric and hydraulic power.
Oh, I saw that video. It picks up boxes from shelves and does backflips. It looks like a sci-fi movie.
Right. In 2016, it picked up boxes. In 2017, it did a backflip. Both became viral. But they said they filmed the backflip many times before it worked once.
So many times? That's too hard. But once it works, it gets easier.
So from 2016, Boston Dynamics went 2 different ways, but Google became less interested. The Spot Mini cost over $70,000. Google wanted to sell it for $10,000 to $20,000, so everyone could buy it like a phone.
That's a big difference. Google was not happy.
So Google thought about selling Boston Dynamics. On one side, the technology amazed the world. On the other side, it was hard to make money. That's what makes humanoid robots both fascinating and difficult. So back to the first question. Why are humanoid robots or legged robots so hard and so fascinating? The hard part. The LS3 robot made 70 decibels of noise, so the army gave it up. The fascinating part. Even when rejected, it pushed out Spot, a robot that can work and do many jobs.
Right. From a military horse to a factory inspector, they kept hitting walls. But every wall opened a new path. That's the stubborn and lovely side of technology.
Keep BB. Don't see robots as perfect. Also, don't say they are useless too soon. They are just our clumsy and stubborn dreams, a mirror that falls down and gets up by itself.
See you next time!